Alright, so today we'll be installing a new Android doubled-in from Seicane. Of course, this is the one I'll be removing. It is from Seicane as well. This is the S30801. I'll post a link to this one of the installation in this unit. And if you want this unit, actually, you can win it. Go to the video, watch it, like it, subscribe, and comment I want it, and you'll have a chance to win this specific unit. Anyways, we'll get the install started on the new one, which is the S6920. So to get started, we'll remove this front panel here. So to get that, get a panel removing tool, get around underneath it. You can pop it all the way around, just like that. You can do it by hand the rest of the way. The bottom ones sometimes can be tricky. There's that one and the issue one in the middle. There you go. There's the last one. So the clips, we'll set that off to the side. Now to remove the 4 screws, one in each corner. If I'm not mistaken, it's a T20, and that is correct, the T20. Like in my nut driver, and I'll remove those 4. Alright, so once you got all 4 screws removed, and this is the same for if you have the OEM radio, you remove those 4, and then you can pull your unit out. This one's a little bit different. You can see there's our furnaces, so just always watch. We're not just pull on something and there is something you don't need to do. So there's our connections. So I'm going to start by unplugging my antenna. Do the same thing on your OEM. And there's the antenna adapter. So we'll leave that one there. I'll undo the GPS puck here. Just finger tight. Then we'll do the main harness, and there's a little clip at the bottom here you need to press on to remove that. And also remember to unplug your battery before you do any of this, of course. So there's that. Then I guess I can just set this here, and the main thing now is the there's our auxiliary connections here. We'll remove those 2. And then the main harness itself will undo. So to undo this one, all you gotta do is grab this lever here and pull back. Hang on a second, how did I do this? Oh, sorry, we gotta press on this and pull on the lever back. That will release the main harness. So that's the OEM plug. It's the aftermarket one. The only other thing we gotta undo on this one is the 2 USBs that go to my glove box. There's one here and the other one here, as well as GPS pack is off, and my accessory wire that is hardwired to my fuse panel. So I'll remove this one, the 2 USBs, and we'll come back. Okay, so here we got the previous unit removed. So you can see there's all of our connections. There's our plug that came with the Seicane unit. So again, it's essentially plug and play. The only difference is going to be on the car side of it. Volkswagen, for this one, is a Mark 6 GTI, and I believe it's the same for most Volkswagens. I could be wrong. They don't have an actual accessory wire or ignition switch on the main harness. So this being our main harness here, there's actually one's supposed to be constant and one's switched. They're both on constant. That means there's always power going to the unit, which I didn't like. So essentially I couldn't shut this off. I had to manually shut it off, which I didn't like. So the way I had to do it, and I'll post the description or the link in the description, is I'll show you how to run this wire here that goes to my fuse box, and essentially switched. So when I turn the car off and I remove the key, it shuts the radio off. And that's the reason I have this accessory wire here sticking out. I'll put it back into the main harness if you need it, whoever wins it. or I might just leave it the way it is in case yours is the same. Other than that, you're good to go. So that's the removal of the unit. Works great. There's my canbus decoder. I'll post all the links in the description again for this unit, and somebody will have a chance to win it. But now moving on to the new unit, let me get it out and we'll start installing that one. Okay, so before I get the whole radio installed, I did a couple things here, and I'll show you what I did and why. First off, again, as I explained before, this one here is the switched power that goes straight to my fuse box. I've gone and split it into two. This one here is going to go straight to my radio, which again will turn off the radio as I shut the car off. And this one is going to be for my backup camera. I'm going to be installing a wireless backup camera, so this was going to power that. So I'll have it ready there for when I need it. That'll be coming in the next video here in the next month or so. So that's that. So as I said before, now we'll continue on. So I'm going to start with my antenna. So there's my antenna here, and I thought I didn't need the adapter, but I will, so I forgot about that. So anyways, they do include it, so I'm going to use the back end here, and it's only going to go into one spot. This one here doesn't have a place for it to click on. This one does. So just put it up top, slide it on, and click it on, and push this tab back to lock it into place. So now we'll have our antenna ready for that. Now for my main harness, I've done what I did was I wasn't take off the pin from here, but I left it on in case I decide to get something else later on. I can just splice it back on. But anyways, I cut it off. As you can see, it's taped off. There's my accessory wire now, and of course this one is going to go to this. So these two will connect together now. So that's that. Let's plug this one in. So the same as before. What we're gonna do is go like so. These little clips here will slide onto these tabs here. So you have to have this going back. Line it up to there so that it slides in. Once it's going as far as you can, grab this tab and pull it forward, and that will lock it into place. So now we are locked in. Another thing to do is we're going to do our auxiliary. Where's my auxiliary? I guess I will be doing it on this side. I guess I'll do it on the next set of cables. So there's that. So now, where am I here? That's done, that's done. Now we're gonna do our canbus. That's our canbus connection here. So let's get that thing, which is this little box. We'll plug it in. It only plugs in one way. So we'll just throw that on there and make sure it clicks into place. So that's good to go. So that's our canbus decoder. So we'll do that. So again, this will go to our main radio. We got our GPS. Now to do your GPS, I'm gonna show you roughly here. You're gonna be removing your vents, and you can watch it on my previous video. You remove two torques here, 227s, as we did, or sorry, 220s. One here, one here. Remove those, and you grab your panel removal tool, go to the top, and then pry from the top and towards you. You should be able to remove that. Unplug your hazard light switch, and then my GPS puck. I'm not sure if you can see through here. You probably won't be able to. It's sitting just back here. Use some silicone, put it up there. You're good to go. That way your GPS puck is not up on your dash. That's how I decided to do it. You can do it different ways. So anyway, that's that. So we got our main harness plugged in. Let's get the radio and start plugging things in. Alright, I've gone and tidied up things here. I used a zip tie to get this all bundled up here so it's clean as it can be. So I'm going to start plugging things in to the radio before we put in the main power harness. So again, depending on what you're going to be using, you might not use them all, but if you want to throw everything in there and then take it apart and then plug things in as you need to, that's fine as well. I'm going ahead and down my Wi-Fi. I'm going to go ahead and do my GPS and this you can just do finger tight. They don't need to, you don't want to over tighten it, so just throw them on there. Let's go like that, and finger tight should do it. Our antenna will go here, but we can do that one afterwards actually. We got our main audio video harness here, so that one I will do. And again, these ones only go into one slot, so just always double check which ones you're using, but they'll go into the one slot, so throw it on there, make sure it clicks into place. Then we'll do one of our USBs, and this one for this one. So there's our looking at the back of it. There's our main RCAs, one USB, the one that's with the purple. That one goes at the top middle here, right below the 3 or the Wi-Fi. So that one goes right there. And our next one is our second USB. This one goes right next to that first one, so that will go in there, clicks into place. And those are basically the 3 that I will be using. Again, if you have the use for the mic, that one will click into the one next to the USBs there. This one with the auxiliary and the video inputs, this one will go right below that on that slot there. I won't be using these ones for now, and that's the connections I will be using. Now for your USBs, since I'm going to be running mine to my glove box, these ones are fairly easy to do. Open up your glove box, and just at the top here, if you take out your manual, this is a Mark 6 GTI. This is a Canadian version. US might be a little bit different. You have the your CD changer here, I believe is what they have sometimes. If you don't, again, you can just do this. Take out your manual, and just behind it here, to the top of it, towards your radio, there's an opening there, and that's where you can fit your USB cables just towards the back. Fit them through there. You have access to them there, and I'll show you that a little bit later here. So anyways, that's how you plug in all your stuff. So I'm now running my USBs, and then we'll plug in the unit. Okay, so I have everything here plugged in. Got my AM/FM antenna, GPS, Wi-Fi. One thing I will mention is using this other plug here at the bottom between your GPS and your AM/FM. That's where you get the auxiliary, and so this will plug into your factory auxiliary. Mine is here in the middle console with the headphone jack, which you can use. So if you still want to use that, that's how you plug it in. So this one goes to the main harness, that goes to the back of the unit, and that's how you can make it work. So now I have everything here. I'll push everything back into the dash, and then we'll plug in the main harness, and then we'll boot it up and see what happens. But of course, we do have to plug in our 12-volt ignition here first. So let's do that, and we'll continue on. All right, we got the unit all plugged in. And then just before I test it, I will mention, because mine did have factory Bluetooth, one thing you want to do before everything works the way it's supposed to is on your passenger seat, you need to unplug the OEM Bluetooth module, and that's be located under here, under this piece of styrofoam. So what you want to do to get access to that, just grab it and pull it straight up. It's only held by Velcro, and there's the unit. Obviously I've done mine before, so what you need to do is unplug this harness from it. All you gotta do is push down on this black tab here and pull it back, and that will release it. And obviously you will need to have it unplugged in order for your new unit to work properly. More so for the Bluetooth purposes of it, or otherwise this will interfere with it and you won't be able to get it working the way you need to. Then push it back just like that, and you're done. So now we'll get everything plugged in. Let me go put in my my battery negative back on, and we'll test it out. All right, now that we've done everything, I've put the radio back in, put in for the 4 screws, and set my trim piece back on. So now we'll turn the key over and we'll just give it a quick test. So there's the radio. I moved a few icons already on it, and then but this is what it looks like. So we'll just test out the steering wheel controls, which we can see work. We'll make sure these ones work, so those ones work just fine. Our home button, there's all of our apps that come with the unit, and some widgets as well. There's a home button, that one works just fine. Anything open here? Nothing open. I reset my clock. So yeah, that's how you install this Seicane S6920 in a 2011 Volkswagen GTI. I'll post the description down below for this unit and Seicane's website. And in the next couple 2-3 days, I'll be doing a review video how to set it up and how you can do different things like your maps. So you can actually use Google Maps offline and not have to use your data or tether data off your phone. And I'll show you how that works, how to set up your Wi-Fi and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's this unit here. Any questions, comments, let me know. Thanks for watching.